everybody. Welcome to Life Uncommon. My name is Andrea Rodriguez.
And I'm Alita Sharp, and we are so glad to have you with us this morning, May 9th.
Woohoo! Counting down. It's like, 7 days though, I think, till a big day for me, and 6 for you?
6 for me.
Yeah. So
I'm
we are
ready.
counting down. We're going to have, for the first time, I think, one of us actually celebrating their birthdays on the show.
The show, yeah.
So next week, you don't want to miss our birthday show. I think it will be fun.
Yeah, it should be.
So, and then Mother's Day is coming up, so we get to celebrate twice, So that's coming up right here this weekend. Most people, I think people celebrate it all different times.
Yeah, they
right?
do. Because, in the States, I grew up, Mother's Day is always the second Sunday in May.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep hearing here that it's May 10th or May 12th is the day.
It's sometimes
Yeah.
around then. I don't know,
Okay.
but I do the same thing. I do the second Sunday in May.
Yeah.
That's how I've always done it. So,
Okay.
but if people want to give me the 10th, 12th, 13th, I'll take
whatever.
everything. We'll take it.
Celebrating is a good thing. Yeah.
So, and it is important for us to honor our moms.
Yes.
And to celebrate with other moms. And last year, I think we chose to kind of go the direction of honoring moms, but also speaking some encouragement to those who are mourning.
Right.
Because it could also be a very hard time.
Yeah, because Mother's Day is not always a happy day for everybody. So last year we did that.
Yeah. So this year, we are also taking a little different spin. We will be talking a little bit about our moms later on because, we wouldn't be here without we wouldn't be here without them.
Exactly.
And so, but this year we wanted to talk about foster moms.
Yes.
Because I think they're a very important part of this whole celebration. And sometimes they tend to get overlooked.
Yeah.
And most of them don't even want the recognition
I
anyways from
know.
people, but we felt like we had to do something.
Well, because they play such a major role in the community, in our society, that we need to honor them.
Yeah. And I remember the theme that Ministry of, was it social something? They were on a couple weeks ago, I felt like a few weeks back, and it was give your heart to a child. And when you give birth to a child, it kind of comes automatic for most people. But for you to step out and to make yourself, I think it's like making yourself vulnerable, giving yourself over to a child and loving that child, I think is just an amazing thing.
It is, because it's a choice that you have to make. It's a decision that I'm sure you have to make on a daily basis sometimes.
So, we will be introducing our guests. Do you want to introduce our guests?
Yes, we have with us someone who has been fostering children from, and she can correct me later, but I heard for over 20 years. Miss Eleanor Shaw is with us this morning.
So welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being with us this morning. So, we were asking people, nominate somebody. Tell us about somebody who is, a foster mom. And right away, I got a message and they told me about you. No, I've seen you before. I think we maybe said hello or whatever. But I didn't know it was you. And Alita put me up to calling you. She got your number and then she asked me, and now I hate calling people. And so when I picked up the phone, you were so nice, and I was like, oh, thank God. Because you never know what that voice will be like at the end of the, and you were so nice. And she said yes so easily, and I was like, oh, thank God. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. I don't have to worry about this anymore. So thank you again. And so the person that, we had two people that told us about you. They said that you've been doing it for over 20 years. Is that right? Yeah. All right. So I guess my first question would be, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay. My name is Eleanor Shaw. Of course, I live in Ontario all my life.
Okay.
I've been married for 32 years.
Okay.
During that time, we wanted children, and it just didn't happen.
Mhm.
And so after 10 years in the marriage, I decided to start fostering.
Okay.
So I started, from since then, I'm still fostering.
Okay.
So, it's not just to take in a child and just to feed a child or to give a child a place to sleep.
Yeah.
It takes more than that.
Yeah.
You have to give the child a love and attention,
Uh-huh.
and you have to make sure that you are, whatever you are giving that child will leave with that.
Mhm.
And because that will, that child will take whatever values you have given him or her,
Yeah.
they will take that into their lives.
Right. Yeah.
Because you are the
Right.
one that is parenting the child.
Yeah.
So it takes more than just, raising, just feeding a child and giving a child somewhere to sleep. It's a whole lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what about those first few children that you took in?
I think each child is a different experience.
Uh-huh.
Because each child come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
And so some of them, it's pretty easy to work with them.
Okay.
It's not hard. And
Okay.
some of them, it gets tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to really, get through to them sometimes and to get them to listen or to do what you tell them to do. And some of them is just easy.
Yeah.
So I have different experience with different child.
Okay. But you've been able to watch, because you've been doing this for such a long time, you've been
Yes.
able to watch some of them grow up
Yes.
and become adults,
Yes,
right?
they do. Some
What's-
of them are gone and they have children now.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would call me back and always say hi and always remind me of the things that I taught them while they were
Yeah.
staying with me.
Yeah.
But even for myself, I have learned so much over the years from the different child, because there's things that I didn't know that I know now,
Uh-huh.
raising up children. It's a good experience and it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have more than one child at a time in your
Yes,
home?
I do.
Yeah.
At this moment, I have 4.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I would have 2. I would hardly have one child.
Okay.
Most of the time, it would be 3 or 4.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, and I have presently a 19-year-old, two
Okay.
19-year-old.
Okay.
That's a male and a female.
Yeah.
19-year-old.
Yeah.
So I start fostering from 2 weeks old,
Uh-huh.
from birth,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
all the way up to 19 now.
Wow.
And we don't always think about the needs of those that are over, 17.
Yeah. Most
You
people
know.
don't want to foster the teenagers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're afraid.
Yeah.
But I am not afraid of the teenagers because they need love.
Yeah.
They need somebody to be there for them. So we
Yeah.
can't just push them away
Right.
and just forget about them, but we have to reach out to them.
That's true.
That's
Yes.
so true.
Yeah.
That's so-
So, when you found out after you said 10 years of trying and you decided to become a foster parent, what was probably one of the hardest things for you jumping out into that?
After I got married, like I said, we tried to have our own children. And it was kind of pressuring for me. A part of my life, I believe it was like from the time I got married, the first 10 years in my marriage, I felt pressured by society to produce.
So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And every time you would meet your friend or you meet somebody that they would always ask, nothing yet? Nothing yet? And little do they realize
Yeah.
how they're damaging
Right.
something inside of you.
Right.
Yes, you want to have, and they don't understand how much you want a child.
Yeah.
But because it didn't happen, and they're not seeing it, when they meet you outside, they would always have something to say to you.
Right.
That
right.
is
And
true.
I would go home a lot of times and I would try, I would think about all the things that they say to me. And it start bringing me down,
Yeah.
and it's like, what more can I do? And I remember after all of these years, one day I told myself that I am not here to please society.
Yeah.
I am not here to please others.
Yeah.
I am here because God have a reason and a purpose for me to be here. And if I don't have my own, then I will try to help somebody else. Because it started out with three children in our village. Their mom and their dad, they were separated, and these kids, they were sleeping on the street side.
Oh.
And it broke my heart to see them sleeping outside.
Yeah.
And I took them in.
Yeah.
And I started helping them. And that's where it got started.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, helping them out. They're all grown now. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It gets pressuring
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a parent. And I know how the moms, I mean, you have a lot of young women out there, they want a child. And I know how they feel.
Yeah.
Because I've been through that, and I finally came to make up my mind that, okay, I will start, taking in children that needs help.
Yeah.
And helping them, and I start blocking my mind from all the things that people have been saying to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one of the things that really start helping me to really go deeper into fostering. Not really thinking about what others will say, because people have a whole lot of negatives sometimes to say when you don't have your own children.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've been through that. They tell me a whole lot of negative stuff. I mean, the ones them that don't really want to say good things about you, they tell you a lot of negative things, and it could bring you so low.
Yeah.
But we have to make up our mind that we are here for a reason and a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if one thing doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that we can't help.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because it is so true. As soon as somebody gets married, the next question is, first, if you're engaged or here, when are they get married?
Yes.
And then when they get married, when are they have a picnic?
Yes.
When are you guys going to start? And there is a tremendous amount of pressure on people.
Yeah.
And some people would look at me and weird when I would encourage young couples. I said, don't rush and have children.
Yeah.
I say,
Exactly.
enjoy each other.
Enjoy
The time together first. Plan this thing, and not let people put that pressure on you, and they look at me like, what?
Yeah.
But that is something that I think affects a lot of women because of that pressure that is put on them. And I think also sometimes we who have children are inconsiderate of the feelings, the different emotions that women are going through, that are trying or struggling. I know of somebody that cringe at the thought of getting a baby shower invitation.
Yes.
She struggles with it because, why would you give me a baby shower invitation? I'm tired of celebrating all these other women having children, and I can't have. Those are also things that can hurt women. When people are all happy and celebrating, and even on Mother's Day with women in the church who don't have children. That's a whole other topic.
It is. And I do understand that. The first two children that we had were stillborn, and everybody had to give me advice. Everybody had ideas about why this happened or why that happened and what I needed to do. And I think women can be so critical of one another, and they don't always realize the damage that they're doing.
It took me a while after even fostering to really admit that I am a mom.
Yes.
Because even when on Mother's Day, I don't want to be a part of what is happening because I don't consider myself a mom. And I think this happens to a lot of women out there that don't have their own children. You don't really feel complete, because that is what really makes you complete, when you have your own child.
Right.
But, one of the things that helps me is that I considered all the children that I have fostered, they are not my biological children. I didn't birth them, but they birthed from my heart.
Oh, I love that.
They are birthed from my heart, and so that makes it really, really special to me, and I feel close to them.
And I completely understand that. That's what I said to my daughter-in-law, because I started praying for her the day my son was born. And I told her that I felt like she was born in my heart.
Wow.
And I can totally understand being able to love children just because of who they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's take a break. I beat you to it,
I
Cyrilla.
was wondering when that sign was going to come.
Let us take a short break and we will come back and continue this discussion. Do not go anywhere. And I think if you guys are watching, we are live on Facebook. Please share the link. Tell your friends about this show and have them tune in. I think it is already a really good show. I really like what we've been talking about. So we'll be right back.
Here are some latest samples from Roots and Honors.
Just a glimpse of his glory, just a hint of majesty.
Lord, be my hero, my hero. Lord, be my hero, my hero. Come and be my light in my darkest night. Life gives you lemons, make a lemonade. Oh, it's a celebration. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. We see them giants fall. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing. Put your hands up, Phillies. We believe in Phillies. Put your hands up, Phillies. We believe in Phillies. Put your hands up, Phillies. We believe in Phillies. Raise your flags up and we will love, my sweet Phillies.
Cold, flu, sinus. For whatever ails you, Benjamin's, the right relief.
Hey, Alita.
Come on in.
Hey.
Hey,
It's been a while.
I know, my goodness.
So, I hear you're a big fan of a show called Life Uncommon.
Yes, I am. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
What is it about?
It's a daytime show,
Okay.
and it empowers women to embrace the extraordinary and go against the grain of the common.
I really like the sound of that.
Yeah, I knew you would like it because it's a really fun show.
It sounds that way.
It's a mixture of tears and laughter and challenges and human interest stories.
Well, you know what? I might just give it a shot.
Well, let's go.
All right, let's go. Hi, guys. Alita and I want to invite you to join us on Tuesdays at 10:30 for a new season of Life Uncommon on Plus TV. You do not want to miss what 2017 will bring. It's going to be awesome.
It sure will.
On Facebook, so you can share that, like, comment, ask us questions.
Yeah.
We are talking about foster parenting today, and we've got a beautiful foster mother here with us, Miss Eleanor Shaw. And, you know, I love when during the break, your little granddaughter came in, and I love the fact that you have been able to affect not just one generation, but now
Yes.
a second generation as well.
Yes, it's so neat to you know, to see after you have poured so much, you know, into each one of the children that you foster. Now, yes, we have offspring now.
Yeah. And to me, I like, you know, it goes back to what would it have been like if you didn't step in
Yes.
and give your heart to these children and take
Yeah.
them in? Maybe you wouldn't have been seeing these offsprings.
Yes.
People don't realize the impact that we make on the lives
Right.
of others, and
Right.
sometimes that is how God sets it up
Uh-huh.
for us to step in and do what nobody else will do or would have done in those times. And I'm sure you would agree that none of your children that you have raised were an accident, that
No.
they were divinely placed with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I almost feel like they were an accident, but no.
Yep.
But I don't really think so. Children really make a home happy.
Yeah.
Just a mom and a dad, it's good for them to be together, but one child makes that home so happy. So
Yeah.
when we start bringing in the different children into our home, we find ourselves really happy together,
Yeah.
along with them, being able to share with them. Every time you have something, you take a little piece and you give them a little piece
Yeah.
from after that, and just really enjoying them.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And children, like you said, everybody, they have different personalities, different weaknesses, strengths, and even us, like sometimes when my child is acting up, our child will act up, I would say, say a pick near. I pass that over to the daddies. But God gave those children to us, whether we birthed them from the heart or from
Yes.
wherever else.
Yes.
Yes.
So I wanted to encourage people who are watching. I really love what Mrs. Shaw did. Like, she did not just stay like in that, which I'm sure was a process for you. You didn't stay in that self-pity. Oh, why me? Why this happened to me? But you kind of worked your way through that to start to open up your heart. So what would you say to a woman out there who are watching right now and probably think, oh, it was so easy for you, you just decided overnight? But I'm sure it wasn't that overnight thing for you. So maybe walk us through a little bit. How did you pull yourself through that?
Okay. I knew that, like I said, children makes a home happy. And, for a while it was only my husband and myself. When he goes to work, I am alone by myself.
Yeah.
And I start thinking, like I said, about fostering children. And I started out, and before I really started out fostering, I had to pull myself together.
Yeah.
Because after really thinking, okay, I'm married now, I am looking forward for children of my own, and that didn't happen. It took me a while before I start pulling myself together after listening to everybody else and what they had to say to me, during that time. And so I finally got it together, and I said, okay, I don't care what anybody else say, I am going to foster. Because sometimes when you start fostering, people still have comments.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will come and say, okay, so you can't have any children while you're fostering, but they don't understand what is going on deep inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I start opening up my heart to these children,
Okay.
and I start feeling that joy. Somehow God made woman, to have children.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your own, if you open up your heart to a child, you will feel that love, and that fulfillment inside of you. That
Yeah.
because there is a longing inside of you for the
Yeah.
women out there that don't have any children. There is a longing
Yes.
deep
Yes.
inside,
Yes.
to have your own child. But then if it doesn't happen, there is always another child out there that needs help.
Yes.
That you could open your heart to
Yeah.
and just lavish that love on
Yeah.
them that you have to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what God did to us, right? He did that to us. He lavished his love on us.
love on us.
He
Yes,
took
he
us
did.
in and we became his.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is, to me, that is what I love when I see families adopt these kids. They take them in and raise them as their own, and there's no distinction really. As long as you're here, and no matter how far you go, you know, you are my son, you are my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a powerful example of God's love for us and
Yeah.
how He
You
has
have, you
taken us.
also have some people, when they want to foster, they're looking for children that will fit into their family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look for no, I just foster. I fostered Spanish speaking children, Creole,
And you talk
Ma-
Spanish?
just a little bit. But most of the children that comes to my house, they can speak English.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't look for race, color, or
Right.
anything like
Yeah.
that. I just look on a child that needs help
Yeah.
and wants love.
Yeah.
You know, that's my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah, that's definitely a mother's heart.
Yes.
Definitely. So how do you handle, because I know over the years, you've probably had some children that maybe just needed you for a weekend or some that needed you for a year or more. How do you handle those when they have to leave? If you've spent, you know, some extended time with them, how do you handle that?
I have learned over the years doing it for so long. When it first started, if they have to leave, it really affected me a whole lot.
Uh-huh.
But now I am at that place where I am used to them coming and going.
Okay.
But at first it was hard.
Yeah.
Because you get attached to them.
Right.
And you know, it's especially if it's a small child.
Yes.
You really get
Yeah.
attached to them, and it's hard when they leave.
Yeah.
But now that I am old, you know, getting more older in fostering.
Just me, I may correct you.
Yeah, it gets much easier for me
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I remembered my second son that I have, he's living at home right now. The social worker came, she called me and she asked me if I could take care of a little boy for her.
Uh-huh.
She said, just until next week. I said, no problem, you know. So she brought this little boy, very tiny little boy. He was malnourished, really sick.
Oh.
And I took care of him, and after the week, I didn't see the social worker come back. I was like, did she forget? So I waited, and my son is going on 19 this year.
Wow.
Wow.
She didn't come back.
She didn't come back
She
for
didn't
him.
come back for him.
Wow.
And so, you know, like I said, I foster from 2 weeks. I had this little baby 2 weeks old,
Uh-huh.
you know, and I helped the child until, you know, they gave her back to her mom.
Yeah.
So I am kind of used to now, you know, them coming and going, but I hardly have them leaving me.
Okay.
They usually would stay until they are ready to leave on their own.
Okay.
They become, you know, older, where they could leave on their own. Most of the
Yeah.
time, they're right there. When they place them at my home, it's like, you guys, you just stay there until you get older.
You are truly a remarkable woman.
Truly,
because,
truly.
And so I would say, share with us, because I know you left out a little part of your introduction, but there must be something that causes you to be able to love the way you love these children. So tell me, what is your inspiration? What is your hope?
Okay, you know, you have to have the love of God in your heart.
Yes.
You know, it all starts with that being growing up in a home where my mom and my dad, they weren't Christians, but I used to love church as a young girl coming up. And I got baptized, accepted the Lord. I got baptized in 1982.
Okay.
I don't know if you were born by then.
Yes, you are.
That was a year after I graduated from high school.
And, I started serving the Lord, you know. After that, I was doing worship as a worship leader in our church.
Okay.
Really having that love for God in my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
I led worship for a while. I led the music in our church. I play guitar.
Okay.
Do worship.
Wow.
And then after that, I just kept, you know, God, I don't know what you have for me.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're leading me.
Yeah.
But I want to be obedient, and I want to continue to be faithful in this area where you've called
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
I led worship, and I led our worship musicians for a little while
Okay.
in our church. And I said, okay, God, I'm satisfied. I'm good right here. You know, I'm set. I don't need for you to move me. I'm okay. I'm not a person that always like to be up front.
Yeah.
So being a worship leader really challenged me to be up front all the time leading, but afterwards I get used to, being up front. But I remember when you do worship, it's not the whole service, it's just for a period of time. And you go back and you sit.
Right.
And 9 years ago, the Lord called me and he told me that he wanted me to lead as a pastor in our church. I said, God, I have never done that before. Why? God, I'm fostering. I need to be a wife. I need to be a foster mom. I don't know about that, but I was obedient to God.
Okay.
And I said yes.
Yeah.
And I've been leading our church now for 9 years as a pastor.
Wow.
And I thank God for all the members that he gave to me. Everybody, we just work together as a body, as a team.
Yeah.
And God have been blessing us.
That's
And I'm
wonderful.
really happy. So it really all started from the love of God in my heart. Really loving people and wanting to help.
Yeah. And being obedient.
Yeah. Just so many incredible things happen when you say yes to God.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Even if at first we're like, you're sure you know where to do.
As women, sometimes we feel we have we feel like our life is just supposed to be here. We're not supposed to get out of that circle and get bigger or grow more. But with God usually don't have one thing planned all the time. Sometimes when you feel like, okay, God, I'm on a level, God said, no, I want to move you up higher.
That's true.
Yes.
He has a plan for us, and it's easier if we're obedient to it.
Yes.
Right.
And great things will happen out of the comfort zone, right?
Yes.
So we do have to take another break, and we will come back. Remember, we are live on Facebook, and I want to say hey to all the people watching. We have several people watching this morning, including my auntie in Texas. So hi, Auntie Yvette. And she was an awesome mother figure to me as well when I was going to Bible school. So I want to say hey to her, and Brian.
Yes, I
and
saw.
Marcia, she's my sister.
And Jomi.
Yep. All right, we're going to break before we start calling out names for a while. So thank you guys for watching. Share the link, please, and we will come right back.
Dad, I'll take Boardwalk off your hands for $1,000. It's almost triple.
Nope.
Okay, fine. I'll give you $2,000 plus the utilities. Take it or leave it.
Is that all you got?
Okay. I know you won't refuse this.
What's good barbecue worth to you? Grace barbecue sauce.
Here are some latest samples from Roots and Honors.
Just a glimpse of his glory, just a hint of majesty.
Lord be my hero, my hero. Lord be my hero, my hero. Come and be my light, my darkest night. Life gives lemons, make a lemonade. Oh, it's a celebration. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. We see them giants fall. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing. Put your hands up, babies.
everybody. We are live here in the studios of Plus TV. Today is May 9th. I was about to say March. May 9th, and we are talking with Mrs. Eleanor Shaw. She's also a pastor there in Ontario, and she's a wonderful foster mom, and we're honoring moms today and talking about how we can all open up our hearts to children. It doesn't have to be children that you give birth to.
Yes.
But there's so many children that are in need of love and need of somebody to be a mom to them.
Yeah.
So we're talking with her today, and we wanted to just take a little break and show you our moms who gave birth to us and wonder, like Mrs. Shaw, sometimes if not an accident. I'm sure I gave my mom a lot of headache, this child of hers. So, do you want to go first? Who will we go first with, Cirilla? So, but, yeah. All right.
Okay.
I just need to know that my mom before I start to talk. Because we have start with Alida. Yeah. So, but yeah, my mom also was very similar. Did some similar things with like how Mrs. Shaw did. We only had some kids living with us for a short time.
Yeah.
Because our house is very small. But my mom, up to this day, still will help kids with school. She will give them money for lunch, whatever they need. She's always taking in these kids into her heart more than not necessarily in her house because of the space and stuff like that. But she loves helping kids. All right, so Alida, there we go.
Yes, this is a picture of me and my mother from just actually a few weeks ago. My parents celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And we really had a wonderful time together. And this is me and my mother with my grandmother. My grandmother is 98. My mother is 80, and it's just such a blessing that we got to spend time together as a family. And, you know, my grandmother, she's been the one really that opened up her home and her heart to so many different people. I can't even count the number of people that also call her mama as well.
Yeah.
You know, she gave birth to 7 children of her own, but there were so many people, whether they were going to university or friends of her kids, you know, she would take people in during that time as well. And then also, you know, I did the same thing. My grandmother started doing daycare. And so taking in people that way. And I did that when my children were little. And I remember there was a little 3-week-old baby. He had just been adopted by his parents, and they didn't have family leave at that time in the States. Now now when you adopt, you can take some time off. But my friend, she had taken 2 weeks off from work. Her husband had taken a week off from work. So I got this little one when he was 3 weeks old, you know. And so it really, I do understand that love you can have for a child that you didn't give birth to. Because I had GP in my home every day for 3 years, you know. And I put off going to school an extra year because I felt like he needed that consistency, you know. And so it's really, it may be challenging to open up your home and your heart to a child, but I think it's very much worth it. And so I'm grateful for the example that my mother and my grandmother were to me.
Yeah. Now my turn?
Yeah.
I feel like that's my sexy mama. That's my beautiful mama.
Wow.
Mrs. Jessie Young. And she is single, but nobody is allowed to date her. So that's my mama. She's a widow. My dad passed away about 7 years ago, or 8 years. I'm not counting. But she is a wonderful mother who, despite many, many trials that in her life, she has faced tremendous trials, has managed to shine, has managed to get all her kids through school. She's such a proud mother, and just has done so many things for us, made so many sacrifices. One of the things I remember that I will never forget was when we were in high school, she would patch up her little skirts and blouse and different things so that she didn't have to buy anything for herself. So we could get the clothes or money for food or whatever. Like that was who she was. It's only now she's buying clothes and shoes and all of that
She's
stuff.
looking good,
you know? Yeah. But back then she made tremendous sacrifice going without so that we would have. And so I love my mom, and I applaud her, you know, for just setting that example for us. Somebody told me the other day, I just love how you're dedicated to your kids. And I said, well, you know, I kind of got it from my mom because that's who she is, very dedicated to her children. You want to say fireworks, no mess with this lady. You know, when we were growing up and anybody messed with us, all we had to say, oh no, who that for we ma? and people don't know, no mess with Jessie Young picnic. So she is a wonderful mom. So happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. And all the moms who are watching, and I see another friend of mine that's joining in, and she is also an excellent example of opening up her heart to a child. She adopted a beautiful baby girl, and just the love that she has shown to that little girl is just amazing. And it proves again that you don't have to be related by blood to be able to love a child and to take care of them. So many kids need that. So one of the questions I had for you, Mrs. Shaw, was how do you take care of yourself? Because you look lovely.
Yes, you do.
You know, and I know, is there anything special that you do? Do you take any time off to take care of yourself? Because I know you have a ministry, you're a foster mom, you're a wife, you're all of these things. How you manage to still look so good and things?
Well, it's grace juice.
We need some.
Well, grace juice is in
Grace
the Word of
juice,
God.
that's right. I love that. I got to write that down. Grace juice. Yes.
Spending time with the Lord and just really, you know, gaining the strength that you need. You know. But apart from the spiritual side, you know, just try not to stress yourself out, you know, and just try to be as calm as you could. There are times, yes, you know, you get worked up because of the children, but we have to know how far to go. There are boundaries. And there are times we just relax and just whatever needs to play out in the home, just let it play out. There are times we need to get involved, and there are times we just need to be quiet and just whatever needs to happen. Yes.
You know, I love that you said that because so many women, so many mothers want to control absolutely everything that happens in the home. And that is a way to take care of yourself, is to just let whatever happens happen.
Yeah.
And that's not easy to do.
We cannot control. We cannot control. You know, sometimes we want to be in control, but we're fighting a losing battle. You know, it's hard. But, you know, we really need to take time out for ourselves as well. We can't, just because maybe you have so many kids, you're taking care of so many children, you just let yourself down. No, you got to take care of yourself because we have husbands to live for too. You know, not only children.
Amen.
Our husbands, they want their wives to look good. You know, so we got to take care of ourselves.
And you do have these women who, you moms, and you know who I'm talking to, right? Who, you know, we become kind of slack in how we take care of ourselves, how we look drug up all the time. You don't even want to come in here. And I did that. I remember when I was courting my husband, or he was courting me, one out of the two.
Either.
So, you know, I would make sure my hair was combed. I never wear no tear up thing, whatever. And then just last night we were having this conversation, and I was like, look at some of these things that I'm wearing. Like, I would never wear these in front of you. So what changed? You know, so but you get comfortable, you get tired. You know, because raising kids is a lot of work. And you get tired and you forget to take care of yourself. You kind of let yourself go. You lose your purpose along the way. And so it's very important that we take care of ourselves, because if we are taking care of ourselves, if we are drinking that grace juice, getting getting into the word, spending
Yes.
time
Yes.
with God, we will be able to be a better mom, a better wife, a better friend to other people. So we have to make sure we're doing that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Pastor, I'm going to preach just now.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm sure our husbands don't want us to look, maybe sometimes you have some husbands, they look on their wives and maybe, just thoughts coming into their minds. Like, if I had known my wife was going to look like this, maybe we would have lived having children when she get a little bit older. Because we're not supposed to allow our children to bring us down and have us looking like that. We have our husbands, and this is sometimes the reason why our husbands, they look the next direction, because we need to look nice and be attractive to them.
And one of the points we wanted to share too, Alida had found some great tips. And one of them was that when we're exhausted and overwhelmed, we don't have the resources to respond calmly, patiently and compassionately with others. And we're not going to outstretch our arms quite as willingly to help carry the load of our brother or sister, another mom, because we're barely managing to carry our own load. So it is important to get that rest, to take time for yourself. All right, we got to take our final break for today, and then we will be right back to wrap up. If you guys would like to leave a comment, let us know your thoughts. You could text us, call us, comment on Facebook. We would love to hear from you. We'll be right back.
From the company who brought you Buendia freeze-dried coffee, Greece 100% pure Colombian coffee is made in Colombia, considered among the finest coffee regions around the world. Naturally freeze-dried, Greece 100% pure Colombian coffee is exposed to less heat than other coffee brands to preserve the flavor and aroma to make the perfectly convenient cup of coffee you deserve. Have a buenos dias with Grace.
Recipes, go to gracerecipes.com. It's time for Grace. Grace, bringing good taste to life.
Here are some latest samples from Roots and Honors.
Just a glimpse of his glory, just a hint of majesty.
Lord be my hero, my hero. Lord be my hero, my hero. Come and be my light in my darkest night. Life gives lemons, make a lemonade. Oh, it's a celebration. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. We see them giants fall. Swing balla bing balla billing billing. Swing balla bing balla billing. Put your hands up, police. We believe in police. Put your hands up, police. We believe in police. Put your hands up, police. We believe in police. Raise your flags up and we will love my sweet police.
Welcome back to Life Uncommon. We have been having a great discussion here today with Mrs. Eleanor Shaw. And we were talking about self-care and taking care of yourself as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, because like Andrea said, you can't really take care of other people if you haven't taken care of yourself.
Mhm.
So I know that's true for foster mothers, it's true for every single woman,
Yes.
to be able to take that time because, and I love what you said about the grace juice that is found in the Word of God,
That's
spending
right.
time. His grace is
Yes.
sufficient for each
Yeah.
one of us.
Yeah.
But
before you go there, people complain, me included, that it's so hard to find time.
Well, that's what, yeah.
It's hard to go and get the grace juice
Yeah.
because it's so hard. But I think I want you to comment on that, because a lot of moms, I've heard, said it, and I've said it at one point too, of it's so hard. How do I find time?
It is hard.
So, and I would think even for a foster mom who you're getting kids from different backgrounds, some of them have come maybe out of a tough situation. So I think it's even harder.
Yes.
So what would you say to women who are saying, well, it's so hard to find time and we need to see it as a necessity, right? So what would you say?
We have a little phrase that we use in our church. People do what they want to do. And I would always look on other people. If you want, okay, for us women, we have Mother's Day coming up. We want to buy gifts. It don't matter what it costs. For some they don't have the cash, but they try to see how they could get that. Whatever they want, they will get. And I believe it's the same way in the spiritual, where if we desire to spend time with God, we will make that time. But it all comes with that desire and that passion in our hearts. Just like we have desire and passion for other things, we need to have that same kind of desire and passion for God. For me, when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I get right into my time with God, just getting into His Word, and hearing what He's saying to me for that day. And even sometimes sharing on Facebook what I get from my devotion that maybe would help somebody along the way. So I try not to put other things before that time. That's God's time. And I need to spend that time with Him, because He's the one that gives me the strength so that I could go through whatever I will face for that day. Sometimes we put the cart ahead of the horse, and then we find out that everything for us goes wrong for that day. It's because we need to wake up. When we wake up, then we put God first, and we find time for Him, and then other things will be added or follow. So we need to find that time for Him.
Yeah, I totally agree. And sometimes we will have to shift, because it is what are we pursuing indeed. So sometimes some things you have to shift. For me, it was getting up earlier. I am not a morning person. That was difficult for me. But then I am a night owl, but then in the nighttime, it didn't work for me either. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get up early. And so I've been getting up early and doing that. And I believe God will honor those little steps that you take. So even if it's getting up 15 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, whatever it is, and carving out that time. And also, I like to encourage moms, don't just leave God there in that little time you have with Him in the morning, but acknowledge Him throughout the day.
And that's,
if you're washing the dishes, put on some worship music, pray, talk to Him. Like if you're folding the clothes or doing the laundry, include Him in those times as well, you know?
That's what I was going to say, because you were talking about getting up 15 minutes earlier. I had one child that was up 5:30 in the morning, and I had another child that would stay up late at night. So, and when you've got more than one child in the house, it's hard to find that time. So I would have to take time throughout the day. If I went to the bathroom, I had a devotional book in there that I could sit and read for a few, and I had the music playing in the house. And so you have to carve out those times, just for yourself, so that you can get a little.
I observe, if you have a job, and you need to get to that job a certain time, you will wake up in time and prepare and get ready so that you could get to that job. So if you could get to that job from Monday to Friday, every just in time before you start to work, then why you can't wake up and just spend some time with God? Because whatever you're doing, on the job, it's a physical stuff. And it's only for a short period of time. Whatever time you spend with God, it's eternal.
That's really good. So what was it that you said, the saying you said in your church?
People do what they want when they want. Or people get what they want when they want.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So one of the things too that we wanted to touch on that Mrs. Shaw mentioned almost at the beginning, and we didn't tell her about this at all. So I felt we were, right
on the right
that.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking for ways to empower other mothers. And a lot of the articles I was reading about empowering mothers started off with the fact that we need to stop judging and criticizing, one another.
Yes.
And so many women, this was a survey that was taken in 2013, shows that 95% of moms have felt judged or criticized for their parenting decisions, from whether to go back to work after having kids, how best to discipline, how to put your child to sleep, how long you breastfeed, whatever it is. Women are feeling like they're being judged and criticized for every single decision they make.
And Mrs. Shaw was saying the same thing about women also who are struggling to have a child, or they can't have children.
Right.
Imagine the judgment too.
Right.
But maybe you're not do this, you're not trying this. Something must be wrong with something must be wrong with the husband. All these different things, and so the men, I can't imagine too. I would love to hear from the men what it is they feel because I'm sure they get the comments as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it is true. I feel like us as women, we need to kind of take a step back. What are we saying to other moms, and I've probably said it because I'm kind of overzealous sometimes.
Yeah.
But so I would just blurt and say, well, this is what I did, you know, but I have to take a step back too and say, well, it might not work for everybody.
Right.
I breastfed up to 1 year.
Yeah.
And that was it. If you want to breastfeed till it's 10, that's your business. But I'm not doing that. So there are certain things, but that doesn't mean that if they want to breastfeed longer than me, it's wrong.
Right.
So it's how are we supporting each other as moms, as women?
Yeah. One of the things that I learned, I have a daughter-in-law now, and it's so different being a mother-in-law than it is just being a mother. And I realized, and especially as my children have grown up, I've realized that my role changed in their lives. And so trying to be a cheerleader and a prayer warrior. Those are my goals. Those are my focus. Just I'm a cheerleader and I'm a prayer warrior. I'm going to encourage you and I'm going to pray for you.
Yes.
Because really, if I say something, it could come across the wrong way. Like I know everything. Like I'm the, you have to listen to me because I'm the mother. I'm the mother-in-law. You need to listen to me. But that's.
Let me get this.
Yeah.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello?
Yes,
hello,
go
good
ahead.
morning.
Good morning. Well, Mother's Day is coming up.
Yes.
And I would like to all of us give thanks first to God for Mother.
Yeah.
And then I pray that He may send the Holy Spirit to enlighten the minds of mothers, that they may be strengthened and be enabled to do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, go ahead.
I am so excited. We've got people watching from different places. I've got a friend who's watching now from Russia.
Wow.
Facebook Live is great.
Well, say hello in Russian or whatever it is.
Здравствуйте. Привет, Emочка.
Tell her lady triple. They're not even bilingual, or like trilingual. All right, well, Pastor, please go ahead because we got the sign already. We're there down to the few minutes. I'm sure there are some women that you would love to wish Happy Mother's Day to, so go right ahead.
I would like to wish Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Juanita Milton in Ontario, my sister-in-law, Erica, my sister Irene, her daughter Shanice, and all the ladies from House of Prayer.
Okay.
I want to wish them Happy Mother's Day. God bless them. I don't think I remember anybody else.
Well, if you forget anybody, I'm sorry for you. Yes. And we do want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And we know some of you are, it will be a bittersweet day for you.
Yes.
And we want to let you know that God says He is near to the brokenhearted and that He is our comforter. So embrace Him this Mother's Day and throughout the days. Embrace Him, draw near to Him, he says if we draw near to him too, he will draw near to us. So, and for those of you who have mothers, please do your thing. Honor your moms. You don't have to spend $1 billion or what you don't have, but do something special. Find a way to show that you love and honor those women in your lives, because it doesn't have to be your just your mom. It could be also any other woman who has played a significant role in your life and helped to mother you. So I want to encourage all of you guys watching to think about that.
Yeah.
Somebody says, my aunt, she looks great, and I know that not me, so that must
That's
be you.
Yes, that's Jolene. Oh, and Emma said "Здравствуйте" back to me, which is hello in Russian. So, well, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my daughter-in-law Misha, and to my mother, and to my grandmother, and to all the other ladies out there, and also thank yous we need to do. Okay, because we're wrapping up, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
I didn't
wrapping
see the
up.
signal, but I want to make sure. Yeah. So thank you to Grace Kennedy Belize for sponsoring our show. Thank you, Cirillo, for all your hard work this morning, and thank you to everybody that's watching. Thank you so much, Mrs. Pastor Shaw, for being with us this
Pleasure.
morning.
Yeah.
We appreciate
And
it.
we have a little treat for you.
Yes,
I
we do.
forgot
We
to
have
get
a
it
gift.
and show off, because my husband said I like show off, but I tell him I show off the goodness of God.
Yes.
Grace of God.
It's right over there. Another, that one. Yep.
Oh.
Thank you.
So it's just a little treat.
Just a little something.
To tell you how much we appreciate you and all that you do.
Thank you.
So, and I like gold, and for some reason I said I didn't even know it was you, but I said, you know what, I have to get gold for you. So,
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
yeah, so with that said,
Yes.
again, Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to Shasta Wade here at Plus TV and Cheryl O'Brien.
Yes.
And to Cirilla's wife. And I forget the name, Cirillo, but Cirilla's wife.
Yeah.
And Brian's wife, Ada Almendares, as well. Happy Mother's Day to you all. My sister, Emery Smith. Happy Mother's Day to Marcia. Happy Mother's Day. And all the ladies out there, Happy Mother's Day to you. And we will be back here next week. Party!
Yeah.
It's a birthday! Do you want to say Happy
Thank
Mother's Day?
Okay. Thank you for watching.